Hi everybody. I just wanted to share with you guys, I get asked a lot of questions about equipment. And as some of you may know, I kind of went on the road this year and I've been taking my dyes all around the country to different studios and showing everybody how they work. And I'm a teacher, so obviously I get asked a lot of questions, period. But huge question that I feel like so many people are always asking me is like, oh, should I get this equipment? Should I get that equipment? And the truth is, I mean, as much as I love tools and I'm a junkie and all that, which I am, full disclosure, a lot of times when people ask me, I just say, you really don't need that. Like people will say, oh, I've been thinking about getting an electric rolling mill. And I'll be like, but do you ever make your own sheet? And they'll be like, oh, no, I work in silver, for example. Electric mills, by the way, can be very dangerous for individuals, so I don't really recommend that. But I'm always getting that question. Should I get, a laser solder, or should I get this? Should I get that? Should I get the other thing? And the truth is, most of the time, I say, I don't really think you're going to use that much. However, I have with me the big exception to that, which is the Jooltool, which I have to admit I am really in love with. I saw this, I met Annie and saw this demonstrated at one of the Rio Grande symposiums, like I don't know how many years ago, and I got really obsessed with it. So I'll tell you why I got really obsessed with it. But the first main thing is this. Since literally the beginning of time, how people have ground stones and polish or whatever, you have a wheel, whether literally you are pedaling it with your feet or it's electric, but you have a wheel, it's spinning, you take your thing, you and you look, and you and you look, right? This is like literally the nature of humanity. And Annie came along and said, well, that sucks. Why don't we make something with slits in it so that you can polish and look at the same time? And that's literally the fucking genius of this. Because if I turn this on, right, I can hold whatever. I'm gonna tuck my necklace in. And you see this? Like I can literally see what I'm polishing as I'm polishing it. And that is literally the whole genius of this. In the whole history of human evolution, nobody ever had this fucking idea. And I think that's incredible. Because to me, we were just talking before, I'm like, I think it's harder to take something that is accepted and change it than it is to come up with something totally new, because your brain just doesn't think that way. So when I saw this, I was like, that's fucking amazing, and I want one, and seen. But so this is the whole genius of it right here. You see what I mean? You can see exactly what you're doing. And the other huge benefit of this is that, like, we have in the back, turn that off. We have in the back all the lapidary wheels, the polishing wheels, you know what I mean? And like the polishing wheel alone thing is like, you see this adorable little thing? You could literally like pick this up off of a shelf and set it up in a second. It's really small and really portable. And with this, you can do all of those things. You can cut stones, you can polish things, you can, I mean, it has all kinds of attachments. I don't even have all of them because there's like a million. You can get a flex shaft attachment. So like if you're, especially like if you're in a studio by yourself, right? And you're like, oh, I want to get a polishing wheel, or oh, maybe I should get lapidary wheels, or I should get this, I should get that. Don't get a fucking Jooltool, because you can get wheels on this to do every fucking thing. Lapidary, polishing, like I don't even know what you can't do on this. It's not a kiln. It's not a kiln. It will not replace a kiln. There's no heating element. Okay, that it won't do. But literally everything else. So there's a million different kinds of wheels you can get for it. And we'll be selling these on our website, of course. But like they have all different packages for different things. Like, oh, I'm an enamelist, right? I'm going to get the wheels for polishing up all my enamels, or I'm going to be carving stones, or I'm going to be polishing metal, I'm going to be doing this, that, the other thing. They also have like flat lap wheels for faceting. I mean, you can literally do everything. So I'm not going to do a big demo today. I'm going to do some other videos of like specific things. But when people say like, I want to get this, I want to get that, I want to get the other thing, I usually just say like, don't waste your money on that. If you're ready for a polishing wheel or lapidary wheels or any of those things, just get a Jooltool, because it's really small, it's really portable, and like you see how you can set up, like I just had a little old shop vac that I use, and you can also get like the special exhaust system, but it's underneath there, you turn it on, it's right here, it sucks, you know what I mean? So this stuff is not like, yes, you should also wear you know, face covering and whatever, but I'm not doing that for the purposes of the demo. So it's just really practical, and there's this little tray that you fit in here that you put a little bit of water in, and because you know how lapidary wheels, they have to be wet, and it's like this whole fucking thing. Because you don't get nearly as much friction built up because there's holes in the wheel, things don't get nearly as hot. So using the lapidary, you don't have to have running water. You can literally just like, it's this little tray with a little water, you just like dip it occasionally in a little bit of water, and that's plenty. So it's pretty amazing. So that's why I'm such a fan of the Jooltool. And 99% of the time when people say like, should I get this, should I get that? I'm like, are you really gonna use that? You know, this you will definitely use. Yeah. Oh no, I mean,
back. I just happened to bring stuff to polish.
well, especially like, you know, lately I've been, you know, working on all these dies, right? And I'm cleaning up the original models.
Oh, you
Me
are?
personally.
Why?
Because you can't trust somebody else with your originals. You fucking kidding?
Oh, the originals.
The casting,
The
sure,
originals,
like then,
okay.
yeah, but the originals,
Right.
you got to do
Of
that.
course, yeah.
So, being able to do something like this, where you can set it up anywhere, and it's like really convenient, and you're not like back there over that big. Like I'll go take, you know how those things are. They're like
Yeah.
enormous. So this is super practical. Oh, but come and look. So if you turn this on, so you can see. Like, let's say I'm polishing this, just look from the top.
Oh my God!
You see what I'm saying?
You see the piece.
You see the piece. These are the
genius,
right? I mean, literally, when I saw this for the first time, I was like, "What the actual fuck?"
Mind blown.
You see what I mean? Like that. This is one of the scratch
amazing.
erasers, and you can get like I said, there's like every wheel.
That's
Yeah.
why it's like I don't even. Yeah, and I've been
So,
following.
and just to show you also one of the million or two things that you can do with this, like for example, you can get these, you know, these weed whackers, the big version. Okay, they're radial brushes by 3M. Sorry, we call them weed whackers because when you use them, it's just like the things that you trim your lawn with. But at any rate, so if you can get these wheels like this, and then oh look, how complicated! You just flip it right on its side and twist this on here. You see what I mean? And then you can sit here and polish. So so even if you want to work in this direction, you can also do this. So they really have thought of everything. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty fucking amazing. And I don't say that about a whole lot, but this is pretty fucking smart.